Why can't I find it ever? Here it is. Oh, it is recording. Okay. Hi. um, what was I saying? Right, about timelines. So here's the thing. I'm sure all of you know from last spring, the grading policy in the DOE, this idea that nobody fails. Well, it's nobody fails yet, right? You have time to make things up. Basically, they are giving you till the end of the school year to make up work from this trimester one. But the longer time goes on, the more likely it is you're not going to come back and do the work. So that's why we're making a push now to get you to turn in the trimester one work. The only thing is, if you don't get us the work by tonight, you might not have a grade for algebra on your report card next week. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you temporarily have not received the credit. You can still get the work in, again, up until the end of the school year. There's another round of report card updates happening in the middle of January. The point being, as soon as possible, please turn in what you have for your project. If you're not sure, please reach out and speak to us one-on-one to make the plan that's best for you based on what you still need to do and what else is looming for you. So I hope that makes sense. The rest of this time is going to be yours to work on your project. So if you still haven't finished the project, now's the time to pull it up and have it ready. Mr. John we will start doing conferences in a couple minutes, one-on-one to help you. The only other thing I wanted to show is, I'll leave this up for a while. Obviously, the most important thing right now, your to-do list number one is finishing the project. Some of you have been saying you're not sure what to write in your project. There is a material in our classroom called the graphic organizer. Check that out if you're looking for ideas of what to actually put in your project. And then if you've done something but you're not sure if it's good enough, you can check the self-check rubric that's also in the classwork section of our Google Classroom. If you're done with that, right now, a trimester one course survey should be posted in Google Classroom. Again, only work on this if you're done with your project. We're looking forward to your thoughtful and honest feedback on how we can improve the class and how you have grown over trimester one as a math student. And finally, if you're done with all of those, you can work on, I sent you guys a unit test in Khan Academy. It's not a test, don't worry. It's just after we finish a unit, you want to do the problems to show Khan Academy what you have truly mastered. It should be right in there when you log in under your current assignments. You have until next Tuesday, I think I said, to do it, or Wednesday. So you have time, but that's something else you could be working on to kind of go above and beyond. So make sure you're doing these things in order. Questions on the to-do list for today and the next few days?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't see the course survey in the Google Classroom.
It might be delayed in posting.
Okay.
I'll double check momentarily as soon as we start doing work.
Okay.
Try refreshing every few minutes. Maybe it's behind on posting it, but thanks for the heads up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions before we get into? Oh, I also wanted to show you real quick. The other thing that's happening is students are kind of turning in projects that are just filling in the actual, that's not what I wanted. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Of course, the computer's slow now. Let me just pull up our classroom to show you real quick. So in classwork, obviously there's the section for the project. Here's the actual project. Here are the supports I just talked about, the graphic organizer and the rubric to make sure you have all the parts if you want to check those out. But what a lot of people have been doing, because they didn't come to live classes a few weeks ago when we gave this assignment, a lot of people, for example, are, first of all, they're making the mistake of doing both choice A and choice B. These are two project choices. You didn't have to do both. You had to do one. Okay, B was a little more challenging. So if you were getting a 3.0 in this class or higher, you should go for the harder one. You should not take the easy problem. And then for A, like this is not the project. People are just filling in answers here. This is not a project. A project, a final Scholars Challenge project should look something like this. Here's the students from past years, right? It's like an essay, double spaced, step by step what they did. You know, they're showing the math in their write-up. They're starting a table explaining what they're trying to keep track of as they analyze the problem, right? So is there information that you could put into a table? These are the sorts of things that we want to read your explanations about. This looks like a lot, but when you add in the fact that it's just numbers and calculations and math, you fill up 2 or 3 pages pretty easily. Okay, think about graphs. As you do more of these over the year, you're going to think about how to make them more thorough. So this is what a final draft should look like. Or if you want to do slides, here's another quick example, right? There's the title. Your name should obviously be on there. You know, you can put screenshots of the problem, but put in your own words what it's about, and the students, you know, saying step by step how they did the problem, explanations. Just it really should show your work and your reasoning throughout. So this student chose to do slides, but it still obviously has explanations left and right. So these are what we're really thinking about for a final project. We didn't want to post these because you might just get answers from there for future Scholars Challenges, but hopefully that gives you a little better idea of what a final draft might look like for a Scholars Challenge project, okay? We're not grading them too harshly this time, but keep those in mind for if you're still working on what to put together, that's what it might look like for you. Okay, I'm gonna stop before we run out of time and just have me talking the whole time. You guys still have 30 minutes of actual class time, but obviously we are available throughout the day. So at this time, you should be thinking about your to-do list and where you are on these things. If you're ready for a conference with us, you can say so in the chat. Or if we've connected with you in Google Hangouts, that's a good place to do a one-on-one conference right now. So continue where you left off with your project and try to prepare something to turn in by midnight tonight. Yep, Hanan, that was your sister's. She killed them when she did them. They're so good. And Hanan, I went back and looked. I graded her so hard because she was so smart. She probably hated how I graded her. And again, if you're done with your project, you already turned it in, you don't want to work on it anymore, there should be the survey. Let me check that it posted. See what's going on with that. Thank you, Mr. Jung, for posting it. Okay, so that should be there. And again, you have until basically next week to do the Khan Academy problems. This is not the priority. It's obviously the project, then the survey, then that.